Hey guys, Rex here. Have you been blessed with the monstrosity of the American Community Survey? You see, I don't like to get involved with WWF politics at all. I'm basically politically atheist on politics. I don't believe in it. I think it's all fake. And I don't like to interact with it. I don't invest into getting upset about one team losing versus the other. One side, of course, has rhetoric that I like, but they never execute. So I'm not political, not anymore. We're not really. I've finally seen the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain like, you gotta be kidding me. So I seclude myself from politics. But what do you do when it trespasses and comes into your gates anyways? You see, I moved out here to be away from silliness and to have peace. I just want to plant trees, man. I just want to grow some garden, I just want to play music loud. I want to do my thing out here all by my lonesome. I don't want to be around a bunch of people who came out of college with their mouths hanging open, not having a freaking clue about the world, volunteering me for all their latest great ideas. Not interested in that. So I come out here, but what do you do when you get a 46-page American Community Survey monstrosity in the mail that says in bold letters, you are required to fill this out by law? Okay, man. I put a full day on this thing, trying to fill it out. I'm like, required by law. I looked into it. Yes, they actually did authorize them, which is anathema to the Constitution, which we know Marbury versus Madison, all things repugnant to the Constitution, including the Fourth Amendment, my personal effects. You don't dig into that without authorization. This monstrosity is an abomination to the Fourth Amendment. But I know that it's like null and void because of Marbury versus Madison, so I could just stand on that ground. But here's the deal. I don't want unnecessary conflict. I don't want to have to be that guy that's loud. I'll just try filling it out. As much as I hate it, I actually can't figure out how to fill it out. I need attorneys or something. Some of the questions that are on this form are outright ridiculous. Do I have to hire an archaeologist? I'm serious. Asking about your ethnicity going down, list all of it. Dude, I'm an American. Do you know what that means? Melting pot? Have you guys been blessed by this American Community Survey yet? You're going to love this one. So I got a list that I made for my congressman, and he has not answered me yet, and it's been a couple weeks. And he's a conservative guy, so I'm going to read it on air now. Okay? Because if you're going to waste my time, I'm going to get I am an efficient man. I task stack. I will get my mileage out of this one way or the other. So here's the list for the YouTube audience. This is going to be a fun show, right, guys? How about this? Here's the list to Kelly Armstrong. Hi, Kelly. How you doing, man? Dude, answer your emails. And don't send me a canned response. That would be a slap in the face. After all the stress you're putting us through by allowing these guys to have supposed authority to make me jump through their flaming hoops for 46 detailed legal questions with levels of income I have to go into the vault to find, and then interpret the poorly worded questions on a computer program that you cannot possibly annotate things like, I don't know the answer to this, or at least this many dollars per year in this category. I don't know. Because I'm not writing a wrong answer for the U.S. federal government. I'm not going to write a wrong answer down. I'll write a true one down. But your computer program doesn't allow for that. You must fill out the questions, Rex. Well, then write a question that frickin' is answerable. About being cornered on stuff. I never wanted to answer your questions. Question number 1. One last thing. Do you know what the purpose of the Census Bureau is? To count dudes. Constitutionally, they need to know how many people live where, so they can delegate people to represent them. That's it. And it has now grown into this freaking super beast. Apparently. Wait until you get one. You're going to like it. Question number 1 for Mr. Kelly Armstrong. Kelly, are you listening? Do I need to hire a personal attorney? I'm serious. To help me sort through all my income and all my bills and my personal documents to get accurately completed. I know you guys have these aides and stuff that volunteer. You get like slave labor help and all that stuff. Yeah, I'm being funny, but you're being criminal almost with you collectively as our representatives and congressmen. Like, what the hell? You corner us with having to fill it out, but if you fill one thing out wrong on a legal form that's sent in by the feds, like nobody wants to do that. Not when you're SWAT teaming people for far less than that. And indicting people for political speech. There's a reason we don't trust you guys, man. Just letting you know how we're reading this. Do I need to hire a personal attorney to answer your damn census thing? 46 pages of like precise, like, business questions. Like a lot of them, I'm not sure what the answer is. How do you categorize it? What's the definition of what you mean by this kind of income? Because there's like 5 different ways that can be interpreted. Question number 2, can you, Kelly, promise me that the U.S. Census Bureau will not fumble the ball and lose my intimately private information, like has happened with my personal information, like in the Pentagon before? U.S. Pentagon, you remember that, Kelly? Probably not, maybe, I don't know. Do you remember that? I had a top secret clearance, so I could handle like missiles and attend Kreitz Hall and handle nuclear weapons and stuff like that. So I had to have a top secret clearance for my MOS. They did not ask the level of questions that are on this form. They didn't ask that level of questions. It's like, what the hell? Am I flying to Mars? What do you possibly need to know this for the census for? Now I know there are little reasons. But how about you subject some volunteers to the Good Idea Ferry? You don't make it legally required for me, who has a business. I'm trying to raise a family and make money so you can take it and give it to your favorite, avant-garde, cause celeb, so you can blow up more pipelines or do whatever the hell you're doing to start the war. So you can take my money and go and do your mobster activity with it. All you guys, man. Seriously. I'm trying to make money, but I can't while I'm filling out and jumping through your hoops. All right, now bark like a seal. Now flap your fins together. No. Question number 3. Can you promise me, Mr. Kelly, that the U.S. Census Bureau will not hand off, purposely, on purpose, give my intimately private information, which is protected by the 4th Amendment, bro? This is unreasonable. It's protected by the 4th Amendment to some future agency that does not like my ethnicity. Well, what ethnicity is it? You're white, Rex. There are ethnicities that some of you guys do not like. And are you going to promise me that's never going to be used in a nefarious way? You've already done it in the past, historically. You think a Native American is going to have a fun time filling that out? What about other groups that you do the same thing to? Some of us still have a memory. Maybe I don't want to fill out my ethnicity. Number 4, can you promise me, not a politician's promise, man, a real honest to God, look me in the eyes and promise me with your name on it. Answer in the comments below, if you do, that the U.S. Census Bureau will not misuse this intimately private information to even more dangerously re-engineer my local demographics in my community. Do you know what happened in my state a couple weeks ago? Stuff that doesn't ever happen. Why? Because the Good Idea Fairy came and wanted to paint everything blue. So they import people from war zones for years. Local people, and everyone will deny this, but all the local people always talk about do not go to the store on the south side of town. When you go to the big town for groceries, you'll see why. It doesn't remind me of the United States. Am I being evil? No, I'm being truthful. That's what people are saying. And then, yeah, they attack the police. Literally ambush them. And you can't say the T word anymore. You used it, with George Bush after 2001, but you can't say the T word anymore. Why? Because you brought them in. So are you looking at my demographics and my ethnicity to paint a new picture? People are naive. They do not realize what these agencies are doing with this information. They've been doing it for over a decade. This is a good strategy. It works. 20 years of doing that. You tell me they're going to, like, Rex's County is far too peaceful. Let's make it into a little mogue. Like, dude, stop that. No, 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 no. Number 5. Can you promise me, Mr. Armstrong, that the U.S. Census Bureau will not hand off this intimately private information with any other nefarious personnel with political intent? Why would politicians want this information? Have the politicians been doing good things or bad things? How many indictments do you got on the politicians you don't like? Maybe weaponizing certain outfits to get the other side? It's looking like a banana republic. You know why we're maybe not wanting to jump through all your hoops? And like, why does your guy with the clipboard want to come around here and ask me this kind of stuff? What kind of furnace do you have? Like, you're asking about my furnace. Is that furnace on propane? So you're saying if the propane didn't get delivered, then you would basically be frozen. Let me write that down. How about your water? Do you have your own well, or do you need us for water? People are really, really naive. Dude, I've been to Slovakia, Hungary, Poland. I've been all over East Europe over there. Talk to those guys. Read that. Find an immigrant from over there and tell them about how great this is. They're going to be like, are you guys insane? We did that. We did that for a long time. Under Boris's control. Remember those days? Number 6. Can you have the Census Bureau reimburse me for wasting my time, of which I already have little, so that I can continue to make money and pay my taxes so all your colleagues can waste it on the next cause celeb moment? This is the letter I actually wrote to him. I'll put it in the comments below. I'll put it in the description. Yeah, so that you can, by the way, you all should be writing the same letter in your own way to them. Oh, be respectful, Rex. Be respectful to the tooth fairy on crack with a magic pixie wand, prancing around, trying to light the world on fire, literally, using my money. What's on the evening news again today, I wonder? We're just still trying to light the world on fire, but it just it's not going yet. We need to send more airplanes over there. Like, dude, stop trying to light the world on fire with my money. How about you take care of us for one? How about stop stealing my money? Number 7. Seriously, can you guys promise me, Kelly Armstrong, that you will loudly stand against this gross overreach into my personal effects by the Census Bureau and have them count the people like the Constitution outlines, rather than making me jump through their flaming hoops all day with no prayer of even getting it half done? Stop this infuriating waste of our time. And don't try to play innocent. Many of us are not retarded. A lot of us are. Stop it. Send it to someone else. Let it be a volunteer thing if that's what you're into. Let volunteers fill it out. There's people that might think that's entertaining to fill that kind of shit out. I'm trying to get stuff done. Leave me alone. Thank you for listening. Rex out.